This is Five and Friends. 5 friends, 5 perspectives, all fun. Yellow, and welcome to this week's episode, everyone. My name is Zan. Don't ask why, just put a freaking I. And with me this week is Samra and Amna. How's it going?
We're a little angry, huh?
A little hot.
A little hot and angry.
Yeah, you guys sound awful, guys.
So
you don't sound the greatest.
Yeah, I have the
That's
flu.
Amna.
We both sound kind of similar this week. I have the flu, so I'm down for the count, people. I went to the doctor today. It's a funny story. I'm just gonna go into it. So I was like, Summer was like, you should go to the doctor. I'm like, heck no, I don't need no doctor.
I don't know why she
And
thought
she's
that.
like, I was like, look, if I'm sick, I'm sick. I'll get better. Which is true. I mean, nothing's really changed other than I know what I have. But then I was like, all right, I watch children during the week. I should probably make sure I don't have the flu so that they don't get the flu. So I went to the doctor. I'm sitting there. I'm like, I don't have the flu. I'm okay. The first thing she says when she sees me, she's like, oh, you have the flu.
Oh, God.
I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. Then she takes the test, and then I have the flu.
What
so.
test do they do?
It's a flu test.
But what do they do?
They swab you.
Oh, okay. That's what I was.
They do the strep too, and I almost threw up.
Oh,
I hate the strep. She's like, you definitely don't have strep, but we're going to do it just in case. And I'm like, why are we doing this then?
yeah. Why?
Well, just to make sure I don't got strep.
That's not nice.
It's not nice at all. And then
Anyway.
Summer, you sound like you don't have the flu, right, Summer? You just kind of have the cough.
No, thank God. I just have a bad cough, which you guys will probably hear throughout this podcast. So I'm sorry.
So like, I don't, thank God, knock on wood, I'm not sick, but I've also been having this weird cough. But like, so literally right before we started recording, my computer decided to update, right? And it restarted the computer. And for some stupid reason, when my computer started restarting, or what started to restart, I threw my back out for some reason.
What?
For some reason.
What?
My back hurts so badly now.
Oh my
That's
God, are
old.
you
You're
okay?
old.
No, it hurts so much.
Like,
I don't know what I
Are
did.
you in a weird position right now? Like, I don't.
No, I think I pulled a muscle or something immediately, because I think I jumped really quickly, just like try to fix the issue. And oh my God, like my lower back is just like killing me now, but I can fight through it. It's bad. It's okay.
Maybe you should stretch it out.
Probably should, but it's okay. Whatever. I'm committed to the podcast. I got to do it.
Oh my God.
Whatever. At least you don't have the flu.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Like, I just got up because I was like, okay, so my laptop was restarting. I was like, all right, let me use my roommate's laptop in the meantime. And then by the time I got up and grabbed his laptop and brought it over, my computer was all good. I'm like, okay, that's fine. But then I sat down and I'm like, why is my back hurting? And now it hurts so much. I'm just like, what is going on?
Look, I'm going to say this throughout the whole podcast, but at least you got the flu.
At least I don't got the flu.
That should be the name of the podcast today.
At least
You don't got the flu.
It seems like everyone has been getting the flu these days.
Someone died in our area. The doctor told me. She's like, yeah, in that local tragedy, people are really scared. I'm like, what local tragedy? She's like, this
Yeah, the little
10-year-old just
boy.
died. I didn't even know about that. How depressing and sad is
Yeah.
that? And she's like, so people are been so scared about the flu. And I'm like, here I am. Like, I don't need to go to the doctor. But I'm also 23 and thank God very healthy other than the flu.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I don't really have anything to be that scared about. But that's very sad. Also, speaking of being 23, it was my birthday.
Happy birthday, Amna. Well, I already said happy birthday, but happy birthday again.
Oh yeah, because we didn't get
Yeah,
to
we-
do the podcast after your birthday.
Yeah.
I'm 23.
I was
What's up?
gonna quote Taylor Swift, but that's 22, so never mind.
Yeah, that's why I went. I'm 23 and I'm free.
23
No.
and free. How does it
Yeah,
feel?
I
How does it feel
am.
being a big 2-3 now?
I feel old.
That 1-2-3 punch right there.
I feel I went to the pediatrician today, so I felt odd.
No,
What?
you're still going to that doctor.
Yeah, she didn't say don't come in. She didn't say you're old.
That's so unfair. She told me at 21 I'm not allowed.
Haha. I have not been kicked out yet, so I'm gonna keep pushing it. Look, I love the pediatrician.
They give you free lollipops in the end.
I don't get the lollipops, okay? I just
I
want to
get
go
them.
because I love my doctor. She knows me. We have a good rep. We talk about things.
No, you don't.
Yeah, we do. You don't
I
know.
know.
It's doctor-patient confidentiality.
I know. You don't talk about crap. Diddly squat.
What the frack do you know? Let's talk about your crap. What are you going through?
A lot of things.
A lot of things.
A lot of things.
I wonder what. What did I post that picture of on Fob and Friends? What event was that
I'm
from?
not quite sure.
Could have been anything.
Could have been
Could have been
any
any
event.
type of event.
All I know that it was
Could've been-
all girls event with Reza and Amin.
That's it. That's pretty much it.
It wasn't all girls. There were some hubbies there.
Not by.
There were like 2 hubbies. The one including yours.
Yeah, I was gonna say one of them was my own.
And one was your brother. So
Yeah. Was that last? No, wait. That was last week,
Yeah,
right?
this past weekend.
Yeah. Oh, past weekend. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. And I'm assuming
Zan, what have you
Yeah.
been doing?
I've been all over the place this week. This week has gone by really, really fast for me. So like, I mean, I don't think I've ever told anyone on my Instagram, but yeah, on my Instagram, as you guys have probably seen, I went to a WWE event,
I didn't
which
see
was kind
that
of
on
cool.
Instagram. I saw that on Snap.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I kind of posted all around. Yeah, no, I went to a wrestling event, which was kind of fun. I spent an exorbitant amount of money for that seat, and this is actually one of the things I wanted to talk about because you know how like when you love something a lot, whether it be a artist of some sort or like a wrestling event of some sort or anything. And then when you spend the money, you kind of have these expectations, these kind of predetermined expectations where you're just like, if I'm spending X amount of money, I should expect X amount of, entertainment, like if I spend $50 on a ticket, I should expect $50 worth of entertainment, right?
Yeah.
Naturally.
Right.
So it turns out that like when I bought my tickets, which I mean, I might as well just say it. I spent like upwards up to like $200.
Oh my goodness.
And and I felt like it was a once in a lifetime thing because it was a 25th anniversary of the show, and I was like, all right, all the big stars are coming in, so I was like, okay, it kind of makes sense why the tickets were going to be incredibly expensive. But I was like, listen, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. It's never going to come back to this arena. Like they went to the Manhattan Center, and I'm like, all right, they're never going to come back to this arena ever again. This is a one-off thing. Why not? Let's do it, right? So I did it, and let's just say I didn't get $200 worth of entertainment. Yeah. Let's just say, yeah. So to kind of give a long story short, and obviously not many people are big fans of wrestling like I am, but like just to kind of keep a long story short, the way they did it that day was that they kind of had two wrestling events happen at the same time in the Barclays Center and in the Manhattan Center. And on live TV, they kind of switched back and forth, right?
Mm.
So you would think that as a company you would do, half the show on one end and the other half on the other show. For the amount that I spent almost upwards to 2 hours watching the show on a TV screen.
What?
Yeah. Like, so because like obviously like when they switched back to the other arena, obviously they would have the TVs playing showing what they were seeing on that side, and then they would switch over to us, right? But I would honestly say, you guys, that like maybe out of a 3 hour show, I probably got to see 40 minutes of live action.
What? So the bulk of it was in the
You paid
other
$200
arena?
for that.
Most of the action was happening in the other arena,
So did they
which
explain that this was what was going to happen?
no, because they were really cryptic about it. They never really said how the event was going to play out. They didn't really say, but I assumed, and I think the only thing that kind of was the rumor was that they were going to have at least a minimum of at least an hour on one of the arena, of the arena that I was in, Manhattan Center, right? And but they didn't do that. In the end of the day, we only got 40 minutes worth of entertainment, and the other time was spent watching the show literally on TV. Like they pulled out a big 75-inch TV because
That's insane.
I had stage seats
It's not
because
even as big as the movie theater screen.
no, because like if you okay, well, the Manhattan Center, if you it's basically a ballroom, right? So it has a big stage and then you have like the seating. So the ring was in the middle where all the seats would normally be. My seat that I bought was on the stage, right? So they had like stadium seating on the stage itself. And I thought, okay, this is going to be kind of cool, blah blah blah. But no, they literally, for us, specifically for the people that got tickets on the stage, they pulled out two 75-inch TVs essentially. And they're like, yeah, watch the show here. And then when we have to cut back to this arena, we'll move the TVs away. And then in the end of the day, we only got 40 minutes worth of
I
stuff.
feel like I want to
So
get my money
I,
back.
I want to
Yeah.
complain big time. Like, what the frack? Why did I spend that money if I wasn't gonna
Right.
watch anything?
exactly.
Give me my money back.
Exactly. And I mean, I'm not the only one. Obviously, it blew up on Twitter, it blew up on all social medias, and also blew up on Reddit. That like, a lot of people were complaining about this. And it's kind of funny because if anyone that knows wrestling, there's like the wrestling fans are very vocal. And halfway through the show, people were chanting, you know, I don't want to say the entire word, but they're like BS, and they were like, we want something, clap, 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 we want something. Because it's literally, we were given just TV screens. Like, for all the,
I would
like,
call them. You never know how many people may have called and gotten some money back.
that's true, yeah. And like, I know that a lot of people
They might have had stipulations in the ticket so that were like, you might have to watch blah blah blah.
That's what I'm
blah.
saying. Like, what did it say? Like, how did they explain this process? Was what I was wondering.
they no, like they weren't clear at all. But like everyone just naturally assumed that because they're going to airing live from two separate arenas, that naturally you would just think that they're just going to cut from back and forth. But literally, they just focused everything on the Barclays Center, which was in Brooklyn, and they kind of gave us a short end of the stick on the Manhattan Center. And it kind of was upsetting because, like, how you guys, how big of a fan I am. Like, in the end of the day, it's like I spent the money, sure, and I'm not mad but I'm just disappointed. But like, I spent that much money for literally nothing. For literally nothing.
I'm sorry.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
For those, you're right.
And
you're a big fan.
the Barclay tickets were so much cheaper too. I
What?
could have gone to the Barclay Center. I could have gone there.
That's a big
But like,
arena, right?
it's a bigger arena, and like the Manhattan Center only holds 500 people or something like
So
that.
what
And
made
like the
you buy
Barclay
the
Center obviously is an
Manhattan versus the
arena.
Barclay again? What
What?
made you buy the Manhattan versus the Barclay?
So I mean, like I said, not to kind of go into details, but basically when this specific show, like WWE Raw, like on Monday nights, when they kind of do their Monday night show, they started for the first, like, it's the 25th anniversary of that show, right? When they first came on TV back in 1993, they spent the first year and a half in the Manhattan
Oh, so
Center
you
because they
you
had.
wanted it to, so you thought maybe
I
they
wanted
would do a lot more action there based off
exactly
of
based off the history and based off of like that were their humble beginnings and blah 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 whatever like they. I just figured that like if we're gonna have this 25th anniversary show for being the longest running cable network TV show, blah 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 whatever like buzzwords you want to talk about, you would think that like obviously they would focus more on like their roots, but they didn't. They just kind of focused on the other side, and I'm just like, why? What? I mean, I guess in the end of the day, I got a really cool chair out of it. I got a $200 metal chair out of it. That was kind of cool.
you got to keep the chair
That
you sat on.
yeah, yeah, because it's one of those collector chairs,
Oh,
and like it has like all the wrestlers on like faces on it, and kind of says like I was here on I was in the Manhattan Center, and it gives a date and everything. So it kind of gives me a little like memento from that day,
well, they should give you like
but it's not
two
$200
hundred
worth.
dollars worth of a memento.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was so
And honestly, it
disappointed.
just sounds like a ripoff. I'd be pissed off. I'm extra mad right now anyway, so that I just yell at them and be like, "How dare
I would
you?"
How
I,
dare
it would
you?
be first of all, how dare you, and then Peppa the Pig them.
Yeah.
And I would just hang up on that. Be like, if I don't get my money back, I'm gonna kill.
I
I'm
know
not
a
gonna.
bunch of people online were saying that they're going to, get refunds, but I haven't heard anything since then that if they got even refunds or anything. But and I in the same time I don't think they're going to give refunds out because I guess in their defense they're going to be like, "Well, you spent the money, like you kind of like you came through the show and whatever, like card subject to change, as they would always say." So it's just like, okay, I
Yeah,
guess,
but
but
again, you don't know how many people may have actually got some money back because they just nonstop complained. If they
yeah,
got really bad press about it,
yeah, they got really bad press about it, and yeah, what can I do? I'm $200 in
Well,
the hole now. What can
yep.
I do? What can you do? I mean, I guess I will probably contact them, but let's see. Highly doubt they're going to give any money back, but let's see what happens.
yeah, I would at least
um,
try. There's no harm in trying.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, that was basically my week. That was like the highlight of my week, I guess you can call it. Because at the end of the day, I still had fun,
Did you
just
go by
disappointing
yourself or
fun.
with a friend?
No, by myself,
Oh.
by myself. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I had to. I became friends with the guy sitting next to me, kinda, and I was like, "Yeah, we're gonna. This is gonna be a fun show." And turns out, yeah, it was a great show because we saw it on TV essentially.
You could have spent
So
so much less
Wow.
on like pay-per-view.
yes, honestly, and like and it's like I said, like the Barclay tickets were cheaper because they were literally like they were like they were half the price of how much I spent. So I could have gone
Are
that.
you kidding me?
Yeah.
I can't believe you spent that much money. But you had no clue. You
You're
had no
It
dumb.
was
clue.
once in a lifetime. It wasn't a
You're dumb.
lifetime. Once in a lifetime.
Was it? Because it was. Multiple people had that same experience on their TV.
I can't even give you a comparison. Like I would be like, well, wouldn't you rather like it's like the difference between a VIP experience and just normal experience. I was like, yo, if I'm gonna go, I might as well have the VIP experience, right?
Well, you thought you
And
were going
clearly
to
that
have that experience and then you
yeah,
didn't.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So that was the thing. And that was my Monday. And I mean, I don't know. I could keep going on. I have other things to talk about. Do you guys have anything else to say, or anything else?
We're angry. We're pissed for you.
Because I have other things to talk about that also gets me pissed, and I want to. This is
Okay.
going to be an episode
This
of
is
me airing my
this is
Well,
grievances.
I have a
this is
grievance.
you complaining to two
I
sick
do have a
people.
grievance I'd like to put out there before Zan puts his other grievances out
You
there.
go first, Summer, because I have already said my thing. So you go now.
Well, this is a grievance that I think Zan's gonna be like, wow, I can't believe this. However, I'm my phone is not doing very well.
Oh.
This doesn't mean I'm switching out of Apple. However, I am disappointed
Oh.
with the fact that I don't have like an old phone, yet here I am. Um,
No, her phone is new,
Yeah,
you guys.
it's
It's
pretty
pretty
new.
new. It's newer than
Yeah.
Which one
mine.
do you guys? Which iPhone do you
I
have?
have the 7.
Okay, so it's not bad.
7S,
It's
I
pretty
think.
recent.
Yeah,
It's pretty recent.
exactly. It hasn't even been year yet since I've gotten this particular one. And so my plan was not to go switch into any phone or whatever, the 10 that came out or anything like that.
Hmm.
And now my phone is acting up, and I'm very disappointed. And obviously, all those reports came out that, Apple admitted to slowing down phones or messing things up or whatever, slowing phones down. I think that was the report.
Yeah,
Which,
no, it's funny how they confirmed it.
um,
And I told you guys. I told you
well, which,
guys.
you know what? At the end of the day, I didn't think too much of it, and the reason why is Apple may have confirmed and may said it in a stupid way or whatever, but I don't believe that no other phone company doesn't do the same thing. I totally believe that every phone company does the same thing.
I think they
They
just
just
got
got
caught.
caught. Exactly. I don't believe for 1 second that Samsung or whoever else makes phones, I can only think of Samsung right now, doesn't do that.
Google.
Everybody does it. Yet Apple got caught in admitting it.
Also, my phone is older than Samura's, cracked, dropped it a million times, and guess what's the fingerprint's not even working anymore. It's going
Yeah.
strong.
See, like,
It's not slow on me or anything. It's just kind of broken around it.
yeah. See, there you go. So that doesn't. But my phone, for some reason, Wi-Fi is not being picked up properly. It doesn't matter where I am. I have to sometimes turn my Wi-Fi off so that I can get LTE and use data versus using Wi-Fi because it goes that slow.
Oof.
Calls are
I have unlimited, so I never go on Wi-Fi.
well. That's just good for you. Some of us don't have that
Good,
luxury.
good for you. Actually, no, I should say anything because I also have unlimited. So
What does everybody have unlimited?
Someone just upgrade to unlimited. It's so much easier on your
life
life.
is blissful when you have.
I literally watch Netflix while I
While I
while
drive.
while I hang out. Not while I drive. Oh my god, no. I meant like while I hang out, like when I watch the kids and they're doing something, I'll put Netflix on my phone.
It's so good, and like I'm
I don't have
yeah.
unlimited, so
Get it.
that. Well, you guys can convince others about getting it. So I don't have that luxury. So I have to use sometimes my data
The little
when I
sniffle.
usually have a normal Wi-Fi connect. Then my calls are dropping randomly or people can't hear me and I have full service. So they'll be
That's
like,
pretty
"Hello,
ridiculous.
hello, hello."
Get the new phone.
I mean, I can. And then I went to my service provider. Now I can name drop who they are, but
What do they rhyme with?
C
yes,
Mobile. C
Bobo,
Sobel.
C Bobo. So that's the name drop that I just C Bobo. They will give me. I have insurance with them, and they don't even give you a brand new phone or that same type of, because it might be just my phone with some technical difficulties, but they give you a refurbished phone. And they don't even give you a brand new 7, they give you a refurbished 7. Why would I do that to myself?
Why would you pay extra for that
Exactly.
shiz? Why don't you just switch providers? Why the hickety heck are you on C Sobel
Because
in the
C
first
Sobel
place?
had because C Sobel
Get on
Verizon,
Verizon.
but because Verizon has higher costs, and C Sobel actually is.
But it's better service.
But I've
And
never
guess
had a
what? You can
problem
get
with C
unlimited.
Sobel before. This is not necessarily the
Well, sea Sobel's never been
It's
great.
actually a lot better. Like this, I've had sea Sobel for like 2 years now, guys. Maybe even more.
It does sound like
Look.
it is a phone problem, not so much a
Yeah,
seesaw.
but they don't even give you a new
No.
phone.
That is true.
That's
That
the
is, I
annoying
guess.
Whereas
They
Verizon
never.
would.
Well, would they? Would they? We don't know.
Yeah,
Have
they
you ever
would.
had to get a new phone from Verizon?
Look
I
them
have
up.
I've always did the insurance, but you still have to pay for the deductible and everything,
Well,
which kind
I
of
wouldn't have to
is
pay anything.
stupid.
I specifically asked that. They would just give me a
Oh,
refurbished
see, that's
phone.
where T-Mobile has that advantage.
Yeah, but it's not a new phone.
Yeah,
That's
but
why.
Yes.
It's a
you pay
refurbished
$100.
phone. So is
You
it
pay
really?
$100 deductible for Verizon.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a new phone.
So why would you do that to yourself?
As opposed to
Well,
a crapped
anyway,
phone
when you could just
refurbished.
get a brand new phone from Verizon.
You know what? Look, here's the deal. Your sea Sobel has failed you.
See, Sobel didn't fail me as much as this phone failed me. I'm very disappointed. Again, not enough to switch out of
Okay.
Bapple.
It's funny that you brought up the phone, right? Because that's actually the next thing that I wanted to talk about. My next grievance that I want to
You
talk
have a
about. Because I
grievance
also
on your
have
phone?
not specifically my phone, but with new phone technology specifically, right? So let me kind of give you a picture, right? Summer, you have the 7, right?
Yes.
Do you? I don't know if whether it's a 7 or the 8 that has the dongle. Do you have the dongle?
What's the dongle?
The dongle.
Where you can put your like normal headphones into it, but you need a specific like little
I
like
have
dongle.
that. I have that, but I don't. Yeah.
Oh, so you do.
Yeah.
But I know like how how like the new trend these days, especially with 2017 and going into 2018, that the trend has become wireless tech, right? Bluetooth technology, blah blah blah, and like all these not even just Apple, like but like my phone, they've completely taken out of they took out the headphone jack, right? In order for you to use
Oh,
either
so your
wireless
phone has
tech.
the same thing.
Yeah, and I have a dongle too, right? So you guys know what happened on Monday. The very next day, on Tuesday, my dongle broke, right?
Oh.
Ew.
My
I don't
dongle
like
broke.
that word dongle.
Dongle. Yeah, because it sounds like dingle.
I like to call it dongle. I think it's like the official name is like adapter, like some like headphone adapter, but I like to call it dongle.
It's so
You can say your dongle and then your headphones are your berries. And you got my dongle berries, my dingle berries.
But so my adapter, my headphone adapter, it broke, right?
Ugh.
So one of the things that I realized is that so I first didn't know that I have insurance on my phone, so I didn't know that it was going to be covered on it. So initially I was like, okay, crap, I'm going to have to buy a brand new dongle. I'm going to have to, either A, buy a brand new dongle or buy new headphones or some sort, because there's no other way to listen to music, clearly. So when I went to Best Buy, I go to that aisle for headphones, and
they don't got dongles.
They don't have dongles at all for my phone, my Google phone, right? They sell they sell my Pixel 2 phone there, but for some stupid reason they don't sell the dongle at all. They have
you get it on Amazon.
Where do you have to go?
They don't have it on. They don't have it on Amazon either. Google doesn't sell its products on Amazon anymore. Right? So it's just like, are you kidding me? And obviously
where do you buy it?
You have to go through the Google store, store.google.com. Yeah. Apple is very accessible. You can go to any store basically and buy any accessory for Apple, right? But for some stupid reason, Google decides to, make it really hard for me to kind of buy a new dongle. So I need to go through the thing, right? But that's not the point, right? The point was that in the meantime, so it turns out long story short, it turns out that it was covered in my insurance, right? So I contacted Google. They're going to ship out. They're I think tomorrow I'm going to get my new dongle, right? But in the meantime, I'm like, okay, if I don't have a dongle, I might as well buy, some sort of headphones so I can in the meantime, so then I can probably return it later on.
Like Wi-Fi?
Yeah, like wireless headphones,
Bluetooth
headphones, wireless headphones, whatever. And
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi. So to use it in the time being, and then probably will return it later. God, can someone explain to me why, if the idea is to kind of have technology move to wireless, why is it so expensive for all wireless headphones? Why is that?
Because
And this is
it's not everybody doesn't have it yet. It's a new
and like
product. New products are
it's a new
always
thing. It's a new thing, but this goes back to my
Like, think
argument.
about remember Blu-rays were so expensive?
Yeah,
Remember? Now they're not
but
because they're now old tech. New tech is always expensive, Zan.
Yeah,
It's always
you just never
expensive.
realized it because now you have to pay for it out of your.
but like
Okay, very
You're
angry
like-
over
like-
here.
but like my argument, which goes back to my argument back in whatever the episode, excuse me, whatever episode we
Oh,
did.
ew.
Sorry, whatever episode we were talking about phones in, right? Or specifically when we were talking about Bluetooth headphones or whatever, right? Where I get it, like I want change. I want the future to be wireless. It's great not having like me using these Bluetooth headphones is great and all, but the fact that both Apple and my phone, specifically Google, is forcing customers to kind of go to it. This is my point, where it's like you're forcing all these customers to kind of go through this wireless technology, but you're charging exorbitant amount of prices for these headphones that it turns me off from it. Like, this is the reason why I want to stick with normal headphones. Like, why is it so expensive? Like, guys,
That's what I said. Remember? That's
my
what I
Bluetooth
said.
headphones, the one that I got right now, is $40. $40 for crappy. That was the crappiest model that they had in Best Buy. This cheapest was $40. When I could go to a wired headphones for like $10 or like $5.
That's funny because I bought headphones as a present for Secret
Yeah.
Santa, and they were not $40.
How much? Like, wait.
And they were really
were they
nice
wireless?
brand. Maybe because they were on sale because it was Christmas time.
And they were wireless too?
Yeah, they were wireless, really, really, really good brand
For how much?
headphones. And they were like the chunky ones, like the cool looking Beats style.
Oh.
And they were like not expensive. I mean, they were like, I don't remember how much, but they were cheaper than yours.
But it's like, but we're, yeah, no. But it's like my argument here.
Probably it was Christmas.
Yeah, but like my argument here is like, I just, not recently, I guess, like at this point it's been a few months now, but I got, these Bose headphones from Black Friday, right? $180, but they're wired, right? And you're telling me here that in order for me to switch over to wireless tech to get the next newest model of Bose headphones, it's $350? Like, why? Why is it that much? There's no need to be. And the fact that the cheapest headphones was $40, cheapest Bluetooth headphones were $40, everything on average was around $70-$80. That's so
People are gonna
much
buy it, that's
money.
why.
That's so much money.
They know people are gonna buy it.
What?
People are gonna buy it. That's
the
why.
thing.
That's
And
why.
the thing.
Because it's not like we're not gonna buy it.
Exactly, and that's the thing. It's like, no, obviously we're gonna, like, I bought it,
Well,
obviously. Like, here I am
haven't bought
talking about it, and I
any
bought it.
Bluetooth headphones because I'm not going to.
But like, I mean, like, even
Someone
with
is
the Apple
listening to
phones, like Apple has the AirPods now, right? Isn't that like also 67?
Yeah, but it comes
No,
with the
it
phone.
doesn't.
The
Well,
AirPods
I
don't
didn't
come with
get
the
any.
phone.
I think it's the newer phones,
I
right?
think they
Oh,
come
maybe
with the phone.
The
maybe
newer
with the
ones?
newer phone. I don't know, but I can say that I didn't get any, and
Yeah, Kashyap got AirPods
well,
with his
he has
phone.
a 7 too. How come I didn't get them?
Maybe you
I
dropped
don't
it somewhere.
know.
Okay,
I
well
don't
the
know.
point is
Summer, I don't doubt that you got them and you
maybe
didn't
I did get them,
realize.
but the point is I
Maybe you should
never
check.
used them.
But like, and this is where obviously, and I know you guys are gonna start laughing, but like, this is where Apple clearly does it better because I didn't get any free headphones at all, so I had to get. So I had
can't
to
laugh,
rely.
otherwise I'm gonna cough.
I had to rely on the dongle or get either that or like
Dingleberry.
on my little dingleberry thing.
Your
My
dongleberries.
dongleberry. So
I don't like
So
so
inappropriate.
so I just think that it's awful that like you're forcing all these people to switch over, but then you're like, I get it that in maybe a few years it's gonna go back down to $20 for cheap wireless headphones, but god damn, it's so expensive.
In 20 years?
Yeah, like in 20 years maybe, but Jesus,
No, in
it's
like 3
so
years.
expensive. So like for
In 20 years, wireless headphones are going to be irrelevant. Not just $20, they're going to be not used. It's going to be like floppy
yeah.
disks. Okay, well, look, I'm sorry, but it is what
It
it
is
is,
what it
bud.
is.
This
It is
is
what
what.
it is.
So you can complain into the air, but there's nothing we can do about
No,
it.
this is why I'm just airing my grievances.
This is just
This
grinding
is
your
my grinding my
gears.
gears.
Get an apple.
Yeah, not really.
So I have a nice story. For Summer had a negative, Zan had a negative. Now I have a
Well,
positive.
2 negatives
So
makes a positive.
It's not true. Summer, I said Jessica Chastain's name earlier before the podcast started, so I was like, I don't care. And Zan didn't even know who Jessica Chastain was.
Can I just interrupt something? 2 negatives don't equal a positive?
No.
2 negatives equal a negative.
What the hell? But I thought a positive times a positive is... Sorry, a negative times a negative is a positive.
It is, but 2 negatives don't...
Wait, hold on a second. A negative times a negative is a positive? Since when?
Yeah, like negative 2 times
okay,
negative 2 is...
Okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So that's what I meant.
Yeah, but I'm talking about logistically, if 2 people do something negative, it doesn't equal a positive thing.
I'm talking about math.
Okay, well, math-wise, you're right. Anyway,
Okay.
back to me. So, Jessica Chastain, Zan, she started Zero Dark 30.
Damn.
You know what, Summer? You're ejected from this conversation.
You know what?
Ejected.
Damn.
Alright, keep going with Jessica Chastain.
Anyway, so she's doing a movie with Octavia Spencer.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Do you hate Octavia Spencer? Okay. So they're like really good friends in real life. So they want to do a movie together, a comedy. So they were talking a year ago to do this movie. And they were on the phone. And Jessica Chastain was like, yeah, and we don't make enough money as men, and this, that. And Octavia Spencer was like, yeah, we don't. But I'm also going to point this out. You also do know that black women and women of color make less money than white women. And Jessica Chastain didn't say anything. She was quiet. And so I guess a couple months later, Jessica Chastain took Octavia Spencer into the producers, took her and said, we're going to do what is it called? A Favorite Nations partnership. Basically what she said is they tied their contracts together so that you can't get one without the other.
Okay.
And they both got paid, or Octavia Spencer got paid 5 times what she usually gets paid for a movie.
Because that's what...
Because Jessica Chastain tied her to her contract.
That's awesome.
And so everyone was like, that's what it looks like to support someone. It's not like talking the talk. It's like walking the walk. And she didn't publicize it. It was like publicized by Octavia Spencer told the story. Like she started crying because she's like, she really like, I was so shocked that my salary went up 5 times more. Even though Octavia Spencer is an Oscar-winning actress.
Instead of Octavia Spencer being a millionaire, she's now a multi-millionaire.
Look, my point is, well, you're gonna gripe about it.
I'm just saying.
Now let me get this straight. Is Octavia?
Whatever her Chastain, I don't know, whatever her name is. Instead of her being a multi-millionaire, she's now a multi-millionaire again.
Look, the point is that it's an example for people.
I think it's great. Good job. Good job.
Damn.
Good.
Good
And
job.
I love it, Octavia Spencer. I think she's great. And if she could pass a little bit of those funds over this way, that would be even better.
Look, they're getting paid for the job they're getting paid for somewhere. They're in high demand, okay? Let's not act like we don't want to see Octavia Spencer say,
Listen,
eat my shit.
I
We do. And we're going to pay to see it.
I
Oh,
just
okay.
want
Never
a little
mind.
bit
All
of
right.
Octavia Spencer's money my way.
Summer,
I
haven't you earned
do.
that money?
I worked so hard.
This is getting depressing.
I for some reason I got Octavia Spencer and Monique confused.
What? How could you do
Oh
that to
my
yourself?
God.
Why would you do
Because
that to yourself?
have you guys heard about Monique
No one gives a crap.
calling for a boycott of Netflix?
Oh
Did you hear
God!
that?
Because they're not playing her stupid show. Something.
No, because it
Or
goes.
she's not getting
Yeah,
paid
it
as
goes
much.
back to the whole equal pay thing. It shows so she wants to boycott Netflix.
Oh God!
No one's going to boycott Netflix. That's terrible of me to say. Because it's
It is
messed
messed
up.
up,
Like, look,
but like, yeah, the only reason why I brought it up was because it's like it's kind of ridiculous for you to be like, "Oh, let's boycott Netflix." No one's gonna boycott
Well,
Netflix.
people
You
might,
can,
but
you
I
can,
don't
you
know.
can start an outrage all you want, Monique, but no one's gonna be boycotting Netflix.
I mean, listen, I'm all
Like,
for equal pay and for people that are not white to get as much money as white people would get, if not more.
and for women to get as
Yes,
much
if
money as
not
men to
more.
get.
So
Right. Look at Michelle Williams getting only $1,000 for the reshoots of that movie, and Marky Mark get
yeah, I mean, that's
1.5 million for the
ridiculous.
same
And so I
reshoots.
want everybody to be equal pay. So it's
but
very
it's
nice.
Marky Mark though.
Very nice of
Who the frack cares about Marky
seriously.
damn Mark? He can't even
And
act
then
one little
so
bit.
good job for Redhead
You're
over
talking
there
about
to do that for Octavia Spencer.
Well, I think everyone was just like happy or surprised, not happy, well, both, because it's like finally someone actually is talking the
I
talk.
agree, but again, it's just like
Look, it's these people who set an example for the other people to do things, right? Problem is that will people emulate that behavior in the real world?
you know what the problem
I doubt it.
really is that at the end of the day, they're gonna get out of paying taxes, and I would have to pay again. And I worked so damn hard.
it's I don't know. Like well, maybe it's just because I've just never worked in an environment that that kind of discriminated against women or men.
Or maybe
Or
because
maybe
you
because
don't
you're a
know
Or
man.
maybe because I'm a man, or maybe I'm just like blind to the fact of what's happening, right? But I don't know, like I've always thought I've personally always thought that women have always made just as much money as men didn't they? Like,
Well, your thoughts
I
are
mean,
wrong.
listen, I'm a poor man. I know a lot of women that make more money more money than I do. So like,
Well, I think it's less about make more money. It's about being at the
no,
same
I agree
position as you
Yeah,
and
yeah,
making
yeah.
less money. So, also, you wouldn't know because one, I feel like your eyes aren't
I
open to
don't.
that.
Yeah, I don't know.
You just kind of pay attention to your own world. And two, yeah, that's it. But it's also just like sometimes it's just ridiculous. Like that whole Michelle Williams and Marky Mark thing was like out of this world.
Yeah, that is a little strange. I didn't hear that
And
story.
they have the same agent, and they advocated for him to have 1.5 million.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean that is okay, that's really ridiculous. Or even the fact that Octavia Spencer got 5 times more just to make as much as this Caucasian female. But
Right. And my thing is like they didn't mention if Jessica Chastain lost money.
she probably
You know what I'm
did
trying
it.
to say? Like if her, no, like if she like if her rate
it
went
probably
down,
did not. Is my point.
even though it was a tied deal,
No,
I would
I
think it went
probably
down.
didn't. She probably walked in and said, "I want to make the same amount of money, but she has to make the same as well. And you can have me in this movie, but then you have to have her." That's how she probably negotiated it, which makes no sense to me because I feel like Octavia Spencer at this point should have way more pull than Jessica Chastain.
Jessica Chastain, has she
I
won an
don't know, and
Oscar?
if she did, I don't think it's deserving.
Why don't you? I like Jessica Chastain.
Summer, what do you
I'm
got
a big
against
fan
Jessica
of her.
Chastain?
I don't know. I'm telling you, there's something. Go with my gut feeling.
I don't think you know who
Yeah,
Jessica
know who she
Chastain
is.
Of course,
is.
I know who she is. Yes, I do.
No, you
She's the
don't.
redhead.
Name one movie that she was in.
Zero Dark 30.
I said that already.
Amongst
You don't even
others.
I literally said one of them, and then she hasn't named another one. Summer just doesn't like pretty white people. She has something against all pretty
That's
white
it.
people.
She did win an award. Yeah, she won the Golden Globe for Zero Dark Theater.
Okay, she didn't win an Oscar though. My point is, Octavia Spencer has won an Oscar
And been
for The
nominated
Help,
2
and
more
still
times.
makes sense. Yeah, but Jessica Chastain was nominated like 6 times for an Oscar, hasn't won. Same with Amy Adams, the other redhead, hasn't won a single Oscar, been nominated.
I mean,
6 times.
But Amy, I don't know.
I like
I love
Amy
Amy
Adams,
Adams. She's
but I
a
just
princess.
don't
She's not
think
that
she's
great.
like Oscar yet. Like,
yeah, exactly. I don't think she's Oscar
Have you
worthy.
seen her Oscar
like
nominated
the one
movies?
the one
Be
where
honest
she's like
here.
a priest or whatever, or the nun.
Okay, that's Atonement, and then she also was in what's it called? American Hustle.
I mean,
But I didn't think I saw
you seen
that movie.
that?
I didn't think she was like. I mean, I'm not gonna say she was a bad actress, but like, I'm not gonna say that she was Oscar worthy.
Zan, can you determine an
Yes,
Oscar-worthy
I can.
performance?
What do I know?
yes, I can. Yes, I can.
What
Summer, you
do I
cannot.
know? I spent $200 on a freaking ticket that I saw on TV.
Like,
what do I know?
Jessica Lawrence won for Silver
I
Linings
don't. I
Playbook,
didn't agree with it.
and that's my point. It's like, so obviously we don't know who supports what. Look, I'm just happy that Jordan Peele got nominated for
Yes.
Get Out.
I do agree.
You know,
That's
I didn't know
awesome.
that guy was British. He was on Colbert the other day.
The guy
Yeah.
who's in the movie? Oh yeah, he is. I forgot his name. Daniel
Kaluuya, or
Daniel
you know,
Kaluuya. Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know.
Oh my
Damn.
god. He did a great job in that film.
That movie was
He
awesome.
did.
That movie is well deserved for
That was a
the
good movie,
nomination
for
for an
sure.
Oscar.
Yeah.
I also I'm partial because I like Jordan Peele because I like Key and Peele.
Oh, speaking of movies, I think this is a good way to end the episode because clearly you guys sound like you're about to die. But speaking of movies, guess what I got, guys?
Tickets to Black Panther.
No. Well, technically I did.
That would be great. Let's go
Well,
see
actually, I should.
it. We should do a podcast and see it, and then do a podcast after it.
That's a good idea.
Good idea. But no, I should say I technically did because guess what I got? I got Movie Pass.
You told me about this.
Did I tell you I had this?
Yeah, you told
Did I
us
tell you on
about
the
this.
podcast?
And I said I should do
don't know
that.
if we did this on the podcast.
I think I said it in person.
No, we did do it on the podcast, and if you watch one movie, then it's worth
Okay, so
it.
we did talk about it.
Because it's
Yeah.
$10, right?
Yes,
a
yes.
month. So if you watch one movie, then it's worth it. So I want to do it because I definitely watch a movie
Yeah,
a
I don't go
month.
to the movie theaters once a
Maybe
month.
not. I haven't seen any movie in January.
But doesn't
so
it make
far.
you want to go? Like I just got my card. I just got my Movie Pass card, which is awesome. And like I'm ready. Like I should be ready to go start watching movies today, right? But I think it's like at least I mean I guess it gives me more of an incentive to go to the movie theaters now. Like I can, because usually, at least my thought process when it came to movie theaters was like, I don't have to see that movie. I don't have to see that movie. I'll just watch any Marvel movie. And that's it. Like that's what I did for the past year, is only go to the theaters to watch Marvel movies. But it's like there's also all these good movies are coming out that it's like I just skip right past it because I don't want to spend $15 on it. I don't want to spend $22 on 3D version of that movie. It's like, what's the point? Well, who cares? But now it gives me an incentive to kind of go to the theaters more often.
Well,
For just $10.
I don't
For
know.
just $10.
I don't go to the theaters.
Sarah, what are you talking about? If I took you, first of all, that's a lie. I think every time I talk to you, like, yeah, but you always go to the movies.
No.
And then, 2, if I was like, Summer, let's go to the movies, you'd be like, all right.
Yeah, but if it was, but I don't go like once a month for sure. So I feel like I'd be wasting money.
No, but if you
No.
had it, I
Yeah,
feel like you would.
wouldn't you want to go more often if you had it?
Well, summer can't
Oh yeah,
soon.
sure. But
Why not?
I mean, I'm talking about pre all of this. Wouldn't you want to have gone more often if you had it?
Who's gonna be taking care of the thing that you're gonna be doing?
That's true.
Unless you're going to be that person and like bring that
Bring
it.
Can baby.
or
Yeah,
or you
right.
can hire someone to kind of be like, yo, can you take care of this? Thanks.
Yeah, I could.
I think I said this last time, but someone was like, "It's so annoying how you guys just don't say it because it's so obvious." And I'm like, "No, it's a joke, guys. Everyone knows what we're talking about. You
I
all
like
know."
beating around the bush.
Me
instead
too.
Of
I think it's funny still to do that. So whoever said, oh, that's not my phone, it's Oasis. Whoever said, to that person who said, we know what you're talking about, why don't you just say it? You know what? You keep your opinion to yourself.
I was gonna thought you guys were gonna be more rude than that.
I thought you were gonna be nasty.
I thought you were gonna be like, "Go screw yourself."
Go F yourself.
Well, no, I still want the person to listen.
You keep your opinion to yourself, but please keep listening to our podcast.
Give us a 5-star review, thanks. And I guess that's a good.
If you really want to put your opinion out there, you can. But you know what? Why don't you just let people be happy with what they do and stop judging them?
Oh my god, she's so angry.
My ribs hurt.
She's an
yeah. I was gonna say, well, on that note, that was going to be a good way to end it, but clearly that ruined it now. So, whoops.
No, it's fine. On that note, follow us, you guys.
Well, wait. One really quick question before you guys go. And I know we already talked about this in the past, but like it goes back to Disney World, right? Really quick question, because I was listening to another podcast, and the guy was talking about how much it cost. Like he brought his 2 kids with them, and it cost obviously a butt ton of money.
Yeah, it does.
Is it really that much?
Oh my god!
Yes.
He was telling me that he went to a restaurant, and like that specific guy, he went to a restaurant. And it was $200 a bill.
Well, okay.
And it was and these 2 kids are less than 5 years old.
Well,
and like it's just
it depends what restaurant he went to. So if he really went to one of those like fancy schmancy Disney park, like you need reservations.
I think he said he went to like a German restaurant that you had to book a reservation 3 months in advance or something.
Yeah, that's a really fancy restaurant they went to. So yes.
Oh.
If you go to like a kiosk,
or not even a kiosk, but even those are like regular park price type food levels, but
but you also get dining credits too, right? And that's what he was also talking about. You get dining credits of some sort, right?
I think if you stay at the actual Disney resort. If you don't stay at the Disney resort, you don't.
Look, a trip to Disney with all the frou-frous and the free-frees, like that episode of Blackish, was like $40,000.
Really not true.
Because he was also talking about.
All right, it's like $10,000.
I mean, that's like a really first class version of Disney World.
That's what I'm saying. If you want to go all out at Disney, if you really want to do it,
I mean,
it's expensive.
Let me put it like this: for 2 adults to go to Disney from here, so airline ticket and everything.
Yeah.
You're gonna spend at least $2,500.
Oh, jeez.
At least. So then count the fact that they're cheaps. So if you wanted to have a frou time,
and that is staying at a relatively, at least a 4-star hotel. 4-star hotel.
It wasn't Disney either, right? Was it a resort?
No, it was a resort that we stayed on.
It wasn't a Disney resort,
but it was a resort. So that's staying at a pretty nice hotel. That is food. That is tickets. That is Ubers. That is presents or little gifts or whatever you want to buy, like little, knickknacks from Disney. That's like, I mean, I don't know. Park
We
tickets
get
are
it.
also expensive. For Universal,
We
it was
get
like
it.
$300 for two people for just the
Yikes.
park ticket.
Yeah, think about it. And Disney it's for one park.
Jeez.
It's not even for like all
Yeah,
the
I mean, you
Jeez.
could
parks.
get the park hopper option, but I don't know how much that is. I didn't get that option.
Probably like $200-300. Probably
And
that's
like
what it is.
this guy that I'm talking about, like he brought his two young, girls with him, and like little children. Like they're both, I think, 5 years or younger or whatever, or not even five. I think like 8 years or younger or whatever.
That's
And
scary.
I think he was also talking. He mentioned that like how they did this whole Cinderella makeover thing, and
Yeah,
that alone was like
Yeah, the
200
magic
bucks,
makeovers.
like
yeah,
each, or like no, maybe not $200 each, but like
probably.
but I wouldn't be surprised, right? But it's like he was like, oh my god, I couldn't believe that all they did was like they did the girl's hair, they put a little frazzle madazzle on their faces, and boom, hey, here, give us $200 for that, and it'll only last for 3 hours. So
Yeah,
I just
no,
thought it
I
was like,
mean,
wow, it blew my mind away.
Really, Sam? Are you really gonna complain, Mister? I paid $200 for
yeah, that's
watching
true.
TV.
Mm,
She got
you
you
got a good
there.
point. Got a point.
I mean,
You got a point.
Zinger.
I mean, if you really want a cheapskate on Disney, now Amna and I, we have had the experience and the pleasure to really have a very overall inexpensive Disney vacation.
But
Lovely, but
lovely
inexpensive, and that's just because we had a good friend come with
connections.
us who had connections. And so, because of that reason, I mean, we really didn't worry about food too much. We did not need to worry about park tickets,
Mm,
rides, or
mm.
like we got dropped off, picked up. I mean, we really,
We really spent like
I think
under
we
five
only
hundred
That's
spent
not
bucks.
bad.
our airline tickets and then some food and
Yeah,
and
literally like
no, not
under
under
500
500
bucks
bucks because our airline. No, not
each.
each either. We definitely spent under $1,000 for two people though.
That's not
Well,
bad at
I
all.
think
It's
if I
kind of
remember the
lovely.
calculation, because this was 5 6 years 5 years ago, 6 years ago now. Um, we're looking at. I think we spent like $800 total between two people.
Yeah, so under
Oh, each.
500
I thought you meant
each.
like total under 500.
No, I meant
Yeah,
each.
no, because
Mm.
That's
right,
cheap for one
like I
Pretty
said, it
person.
cheap.
was airline tickets and buying things here and there.
I could do that right now. I could just leave
Yeah. Well, I guess I'm.
right now, buy a ticket. My friend did that today. She bought a ticket to go to Amsterdam just on the
You should,
fly.
go ahead, buy a ticket and go somewhere on the fly.
I have a
You and
You
passport. I can
Sam
could.
go
go
do
buy a
it.
ticket and go somewhere on the fly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
well,
can't. I
I
can't
have the flu
really
right now, so that's
fly
a
Yeah.
right
Let's
no.
now.
figure this all out after you guys are like better, and then we can
Well, I can't really fly
On
right
that
now,
note,
but
Oh well.
I don't
I
know.
wonder why that is.
And on that note, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Fallbin Friends. Uh,
Facebook,
Facebook.com/Fallbin Friends. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
that's it. Rate and review on iTunes unless it's under 3 star.
Don't
Then
please.
don't
Thanks.
Yep.
keep your mouth shut.
All right, guys.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Alright,
Bye 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 bye.
bye. Goodbye.